Eddie G, what's cracking, buddy?
Just doing it big, just doing it big. Doing big moves right here. We got Adam Trapp.
How you doing,
We
brother?
got, we got Adam Trapp on NAGTV. This big moment. Like
Like a
uh,
fucking Big Mac.
me and you, we've definitely known each other for a long time. I think we met just before you started doing the building bridges.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that was back in like 15.
That was time. That was time ago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, and we definitely had some good times there. That was definitely a moment in my whole hip hop journey. You know?
Yeah, that was something that me and Ross were really we were really lucky to have the opportunity to do. Bringing people in from different places and trying to get them together, and I think that was just good times for everybody.
So I want to come back to that, but I want to go back. You originally had a group Everyday People.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was originally part of a group, Everyday People. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
thing.
is that the very beginning, or is there more before that?
Years ago, man, when I was mad young, before like I even rapped, I had a couple dudes around me that used to rap, like my homie Brandon and another guy. His name's Wordsmith. I don't know if you remember him from back in the day, but
Wordsmith. He did the stuff with it was was he Word and Reason? Those guys or no?
you know what? I don't remember that time in particular
Okay.
because there was like gaps of time when I wasn't around.
Okay.
But this would have been back in like 2001, 2002.
Okay.
And, I started to like dabble into this and that a little bit. And, it was always something that I just really enjoyed, man. It's a nice, peaceful place for me. Some place you can go to get rid of your problems.
For sure, for sure. So like you're saying the dates, like me and you kind of like started like our hip hop journeys around the same time because I originally started rapping in the year 2000.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that was a great time for hip hop too, man.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I remember like just before that, getting into hip hop and like all of us walking around like and growling at each other, barking at each other. Where my dogs at?
Yeah.
Definitely a big rest in peace to DMX. Legend, legend. But
Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's back in the day. We were bumping DMX and Ed OG, bro.
for
Straight
sure,
up.
for sure, for sure. So yeah. So it wouldn't be right if I didn't have an interview with Trap and I didn't light up. So
Light her up, buddy.
so here we go.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, like before I want to get back into the history, but like I want to say you actually got I think you actually got me gave me my first dab.
Oh yeah, yeah. That could possibly, yeah.
So what
Where was
else?
that? Where was that? At Burns's?
No, that was at the Vape Lounge in Toronto when I met up with you at like a comedy show there. Like
Oh yeah.
me and Burns came there, and you're like, and I was like, oh, I'll just take a little one, and then like I see the smile on your face, and you got it ready.
Yeah, bro. You gotta watch
And
for people. You gotta watch for people lurking with them dabs. They sneak up on you sometimes.
yeah, I remember coughing so hard that like um just coughing and think about it. So I remember coughing so hard that I see stars.
Yeah, those were good times too, man. Me and a good friend of mine, Smokey, we used to go out to Vapor Lounge in Toronto all the time. And man, it's always nice to reminisce on the good old days, right?
For sure. The part that was funny was I was coughing so hard and I seen stars, and like I got up from the table and like I was gonna like run over and I don't know if you guys thought I was gonna go puke or something, but like I was running over to where they had water, and I was telling the guy I was like water, water. Because I couldn't breathe because I was coughing so hard. I was like, I just needed water. I was trying to tell him. I was like, yo, water.
And and those dudes and those girls that work there, they know, they've been through that before. You're not the first person to go up there looking for water, brother.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now, even when I get a joint roll now, like sometimes I know it might hit me just a certain way, so like I have that water right there now.
Buddy, gotta stay hydrated.
For sure, for sure. So yeah, so I want to take it back. Yeah, so like the first your first group, your first really getting into the whole hip hop scene was the Everyday People though, right?
Yeah, so years and years later, I started rapping with a friend of mine, Corwin. He calls himself Sin Young, See No Evil. And
shout out him.
Honestly, man, he was one of the most talented guys that I ever got to work with, and that was really cool. We started out, and I'm pretty sure I recorded that album in his living room with like a microphone and like a laptop, and that's it. And our first project was like a 20-song like mixtape.
Was it just you, or was Crime One part of that?
At that time, Crime still hadn't come around yet. I'm pretty sure that DJ Ricks Anthony mixed that album for us.
Okay.
And that was a real good experience, man. Like again, a good time in life, and we were really blessed that we got to enjoy that together. And then eventually, we brought in Pranks, who was another beat maker.
Yeah.
And we brought in Crime. And the four of us got down to business, man, and it was fantastic. And those were the best times of my life, man, really.
Sure. It's awesome. Yeah, definitely like working with people on this whole hip hop shit. Like, I mean, like you develop like such a great friendship and shit like that. Like, in addition, like memories in your life, it's definitely a dope feeling, and like to be able to like do you ever go back and like listen to that stuff?
Man, I don't, and I'll tell you why I don't. I feel like back in the day, we didn't necessarily have the best sonically sounding music.
For sure.
And that was nobody else's fault other than my own, because I was inexperienced at the time. Yeah. And I was trying to learn how to do stuff myself. So, we pushed through and we made it through. But, it's nice to move on and try to stick with things that are more current. I'm not saying that there wasn't some songs on the Everyday People album that I would consider a classic, because on that Everyday People album, there was some struggle, and there was some pain, and there was some love, and there was some hate. Life was wrapped up in that album, so that was a beautiful thing. And we were lucky too that we had somebody, her name was Steph, who acted as our manager pretty much, and she helped us through a lot of stuff. She was a close friend of mine, and we were really lucky to have her around too. But the purpose in that music was wonderful, but sonically, sometimes you got to move on to something better.
Oh, for sure. Like for me, like I like going back and like just check out the old stuff sometimes, and it brings me through like in my very the very first thing I ever put out. I could tell like I was actually an angry kid. Mm-hmm. And then like when I listen to stuff later on, I can tell like when I was going through a depression, And then when I listen to stuff later on, I can tell when I started getting out of that depression and I was in a better mood. And then like I can tell like parts of my life when like I was like even interviews like some people never know like what I'm going through like when I'm doing these interviews, but like me, I can watch myself in those times and be like, oh shit, like that's my turning point. I can tell how happy I was right here.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's like going back and like checking out that old stuff. It kind of gives me that kind of like, and like it reminds me of like times, right?
Yeah, it gives you the perspective. I feel that, man.
Yeah,
I can respect that.
yeah, definitely. So then like so was it after that you started doing the hosting the shows for Freddie Fame?
Yeah, I believe. No, it was around the same
Or
time
during that?
then that I started
same time?
hosting the shows for Freddie.
Okay.
And again, shout out to Freddie, man. He's the man for giving me that opportunity.
Sure.
I don't think there's too many country bumpkins that get to go out to Toronto's most popular Friday night show and be the host for like a year. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I have so much love for Freddie, man. I can't even. That's a whole nother conversation to have. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So that's something that I was really thankful for. But I met so many good people when I was out there doing that.
What was the biggest thing you learned from that?
Again, such good times, and I found a lot of growth then for myself too.
That's what I was just saying. What if you take away like what was the main thing you actually learned from that time from doing those?
So, I don't know if you ever listened to any of the Everyday People music.
Yeah.
But Corwin's really talented, man.
Yeah.
He's really, really talented.
Oh, yeah.
He's unfocused. But as far as natural raw-born skill goes, Sin Young is a really talented, really skillful MC.
Definitely, like
when you're always not so much comparing yourself, because he and I have like totally different styles.
Sure.
But it makes you want to get better. It makes you want to sharpen your sword too.
For sure.
And going out and doing that stuff for myself is maybe what taught me that I can do things on my own. And that's an invaluable life lesson for me.
For sure. Like that like competition thing of like I remember like on my very first tape that I said where I sound like an angry kid. One of my best friends in life, Dave Escobar. He was like on that. I think I had 12 songs on there, and he was on 6.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and then like everybody was like gravitating to those 6. They're like, oh man, like yo, like Dave really went in. And I was like, oh shit, like I need to step my shit up.
Yeah.
So, like I'm rhyming with this guy, like so like it's kind of like that like competition of like even like a friendly competition. Like yeah, this is my homie, but like like everybody's like gravitating these tracks and they're saying these verses. I'm like yo, like what about my shit? I gotta step my shit up.
Right? Yeah, well, you know what, man? Like sometimes you just got to give credit where credit's due, and I was really lucky, man, because Pranks is a really, really talented producer, and he always took the time to show me shit and teach me shit and school me.
Yeah.
Steph was really smart with the business. She always took time for us and helped us. Crime, even though he's a busy working guy, there was always time for EDP.
Right.
And again, Corwin being so talented that like those were the best times of my life, man. Going out to those shows.
Like how you said about Crime being busy and stuff like that. Like Like if people really want to get shit done, like they really want to be involved in something, no matter how busy they are, they'll actually find a way to do it.
That's the truth, man. That
You
is
know,
absolutely the truth.
like I hear people saying they're busy and stuff like that, and I get that too, because like it's like doing a lot of these interviews and shit like that. But if I really want to do something, I might not make it happen all the time, but like I will find time for it, right? You know,
Yeah. Yep. And budgeting your time is one of the most important things in life, man. It's the only commodity you can't buy.
because time is worth more than money.
That is the truth, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So like I'm trying to spend my time, doing interviews with Adam Trapp,
That's awesome, buddy. I'm glad to be a part of it.
For sure, for
You
sure.
know,
So then,
I actually feel I feel really blessed to have the opportunity to start making this music again, because not everybody in life is able to pursue something that they enjoy. So for me, that makes me real happy, man.
yeah, it's definitely a great feeling to be able to have spend some time on like the shit you really want to get done, you know. So yeah, but like so I was saying that like so you're doing the hosting of the shows for Freddie Fame. You do that for a year, and then was there a time between that and building bridges, or did the building bridges come like right after that?
I think that a lot of that stuff was like lining up back to back to back each other at that time.
Okay. Okay. So
The only thing that I regret about building bridges is that it never went on longer. That's a beautiful idea of bringing people in from different cities so everybody can all be together and enjoy the craft.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what hip hop is and was about.
I mean, it was kind of dangerous. I got a drive by egging, and I got hit in the shoe. It's kind of dangerous out there. I remember just like I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I got egg all over the side of my shoe.
No. So what'd you do with those shoes?
I wore them like they were the only pair of shoes I had on, so I had to like just pick the shits off.
Omelet, buddy.
Yeah. It's not like I brought an extra pair of shoes to like rock, like shit. I had to wear those.
That was a weird neighborhood too, bro. But I'll tell you that that bar had fantastic vibes.
For sure.
And the women that owned that bar, it was a pair of Jamaican sisters that owned that bar.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Bro, they were lovely women, man. Really
sure
like kind-hearted, good people, man.
Oh yeah,
There needs to be more people out there like that.
yeah, I definitely like remember them. Like they're always good to me. Like because I knew because I was at every one. I was part of it, and like they were like yeah. So they're always great with me. So shout out to them, and shout out to Burns.
Yeah, that's a whole nother segment too. Shout out to Burns, man.
For sure. So
Burns is the guy that does everything for everybody.
For sure. Yeah, like I always tell like I'll give him his flowers right now. Like man, like I remember when I was doing these interviews with like the Jump Up clothing stores, and like like the whole thing got shut down, and like I didn't know like how I was gonna start getting like more like out of town interviews, because I was just in Brantford before that, and then I was just starting to get out of town interviews through that, but that got shut down. So then I was talking to Burns at a show, and he was like, "Yo, come out to my place." He's like, "You can crash on my couch. I'll introduce you to all the rappers, and you can have interviews with all the Hamilton rappers." And I was like, "All right." So I came out, and like man of his word, I came out there. I got all the rappers together. I did a bunch of interviews, and then I crashed on the couch. We had a great time, had some drinks, and then always going to shows, and he was always introducing me to like all these different rappers. So like for me, like my show wouldn't be what it is without Burns. So like
Bro, a lot of people's show wouldn't be what it is without Burns.
For sure.
And I don't necessarily mean the show. I'm
No,
talking
no,
about rappers,
no. I know.
singers,
I
fucking
know the
beat
whole. Yeah, I know.
producers.
I know. I know. But
Like
me, as him as my brother, like I have to give him his flowers, right?
that is a thing, man.
For sure. And like so how did how the whole building bridges thing come about? Did you guys sit down and have a meeting, or did one of you guys kind of like shot the idea to the other one, or how that work?
To be honest with you, man, I don't remember. I be smoking a
Okay.
lot of weed, dog.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't remember, man. But you know, maybe you'll have to ask Burns that next time. Next
For
time
sure.
you hit him up.
For sure. For sure. But yeah, so so starting those shows, like the whole idea was have Hamilton rappers, have out of town rappers, right?
Yeah,
Which is a great idea, building bridges, like networking and you know, like when Burns first told me the idea, I was like, yeah, like that, it just sounded right.
well, you know, I think part of the thing for us is you know, there's so many promoters out there that'll be like, oh, you want to come play at my show? I got an opportunity for you.
Yeah,
But you know, you got to sell 25 tickets,
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
and for
Like
us to be able to give the opportunity to artists to be able to come and show their craft without having the burden
mm,
of having to think about dealing with some bullshit like that was important for us.
for sure.
Real important.
And
Um,
and like just say one thing off that, like that kind of like really like kind of set the tone at the shows, because like these shows didn't feel like how some of the other shows felt like these like the Brilliant British shows felt like everybody was trying to network and everybody was kind of like a lot of other shows when people do pay for, like have to get like sell tickets and all that kind of stuff. Usually you see people in their different sections. Like
mm,
at the Building Bridges shows, everybody was mixing.
yeah. Yep.
So
Yeah,
that
that's true, man. Usually everybody seems to like, you know, these people be there and, you know, this group of people came from an, but no, building bridges was always a thing, man. Everybody was all together, and that was part of what made that beautiful, man.
that's why how you're just saying how like give these artists the environment like so they don't have the pressure of selling tickets. Like yeah, when you've been selling these tickets for a while and the day of the show, it's almost like you get into kind of like a focus of like you ran this show, because like you had to sell so many tickets and you got so much going on, you got people hitting you up and like, but like when as an actual artist, if you just show up, if you just show up and do the shit you love, and perform and do a killer job at that, like you don't have to worry about all the extra shit in the day, like you can perform like way better, like me,
Yeah.
like
Dude, that's not your job as an artist to sell tickets. That's the job of the promoter that's booking the show.
yeah, exactly. So
But
like
yeah, giving those people the opportunity to do that was really me and Ross were really fortunate that we could do that, man, because not everybody has the opportunity to give back.
For sure, for sure. And like that had like a really good run. Um Shout out to Nancy Spitfire. Um
Yep.
Shout
Shout
out
out to
to
Nancy. She was taking some pretty nice photos back then.
shout out to the DJ Close. Shout out to Crime One. Um
DJ Close just did a feature on my record that I dropped on the 15th.
for sure, for sure. I've seen that Alpha and Omega. Yeah, let's talk about that.
That was a weird thing, man. You know, just writing at the beginning of December, I started writing that album.
Yeah.
And like 2 weeks later, I had an album, like 16 songs. I cut it down to 14.
Yeah.
And then I cut it back again to 11. It's just a weird experience, man, after not making music in so long, just to be able to like get that out of me like that, you know?
For sure, for sure. Definitely even like the same thing with I've gotten the same thing with interviews. If I haven't done one for a bit and I do one, like I feel like relieved. I'm like afterwards. I feel like almost like I just got some shit out. Like you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it's definitely the whole entertainment shit is like therapy. You know, like it's like it kind of like it releases shit from you.
Yeah. Well, you know, man, I really like making beats. That's really my thing. I started playing guitar when I was a kid. When I was probably like 6, my parents bought me my first keyboard. Um, I was never really into that much as a kid, but when I was like 9, I taught myself how to play guitar. I was really into that, and a lot of that same guitar shit, you know, I just transpose into making beats,
For
and
sure,
I love that shit, man. It just cleans my soul out.
for sure. Definitely, we definitely need that shit. So like how have you been like adjusting to the whole COVID lockdown shit? Like for some people it's been horrible. Some people it's been bad. For some people it's been okay. For some people it's been great. For me actually I actually started doing like more of the interviews online. So like for me it kind of like it changed my whole shit around. Sure, my life is more boring. Like I'm not out like how I used to be, but doing these like interviews online has like enabled me to like interview people from like Miami, like New York, like
Yep.
Ohio. So it's kind of been really good for me and my whole thing. But how is like the like making the music, kind of putting it out? Like how is everything different for you in the whole COVID and the lockdown shit?
Well, you know, man, COVID is something that's happening,
For sure.
and I think it affects all of us differently, man. And different people have different levels of resiliency depending on what it is that they've gone through in life or not gone through in life.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I got raised by some old ass strict people, man. And I know shit's fucked up right now for a lot of people.
For sure. For sure.
And, you know, shit's not right for me either. But at the same time, like, this is not the time for us to crumble. This is the time for us to support each other. And, like, everybody has to be strong for each other and just do what needs to be fucking done.
For sure. For sure.
As far as releasing music during COVID,
yeah.
I really don't know, man, because I don't have anything to like compare it to. I haven't released any music in like 7 years, brother.
Oh yeah, true.
You know? So
True.
I don't know about that. But like I said, I think it affects people differently. And like anybody else, man, I wake up and I have a shitty day sometimes.
For sure. For sure. Me too.
But I'm trying to make the best of it. The truth is you never know if like this could be my last interview. I could go for a walk with my dog and get hit by a car. You know, you never know what happens to people. So I figure life's too short, man. You got to be in a like positive mind state.
For sure.
Don't get me wrong. There's always times where you're going to be in a negative mind state, but having the ability to control that negative mind state and turn that negative energy into a positive plan, that's what really fucking separates the men from the boys. Let's be honest.
Oh, for sure. And like during this whole COVID thing, like sure, like I know, like rest in peace to all the people that have passed away.
Real shit, man.
It's a real thing. But me personally, when I go out, I wear my mask. I do everything. Like I do all the precautionary things. Like but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna live my life in fear.
No, you got to do what you got to do, buddy.
Like
You can't live your life in fear.
I have to keep on going no matter what. like I'll follow I'll follow all the rules. But like I'm not gonna be like scared to go out, like be around like a couple people just because like this thing, like I'm like I'm in the prime of my life, man. You know,
Yeah, well,
I
what's
live this
that
shit, right?
saying? Scared money don't make money, or some shit like that.
Yeah,
But you know, if you're an old person or you're a vulnerable person
for
that
sure.
has some kind of like immune deficiency or something like that,
Yeah,
then yeah, you need to be really careful.
for sure.
But if you're a healthy person that takes care of themselves and takes care of their body and eats well, I mean, I should eat a lot better than I do, and I should exercise a lot more than I do. But
Actually,
if
I,
you're somebody that takes part in these activities daily,
I actually came
then
down
no,
15
don't
pounds.
be
So
scared, man. Go out, like you have to live.
yeah, for sure. I've actually come down 15 pounds over the last month.
Dude,
Uh,
that's beautiful.
I'm working out. I've been eating right. Like I have slip up days. I have slip up days, but like for the most part, I've been eating right and working out. And
Yeah.
like I was working out before, but like I really realized like 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 a big huge chunk of it, like probably like 75% of it is probably like the eating, like putting the right shit in your body, and like during this whole thing too, like that's one thing that's made me want to kind of like get more healthy as well. It's like I want to like have like I'm like yo, if I want to be out somewhere, like I gotta have a good like immune system, right? I want to be healthy.
Yeah. It's a thing. I got domesticated a couple years ago, man, and I just got fat. She just got me fat. You know what I'm saying? That loving got me fat, brother.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely trying to trim that back. I'm on that road right now.
Yeah, and there's never a better time to do it than now.
For sure, for sure, definitely. Me, like, I'm like a person that lives in numbers all the time. So like, I was working out before, but I was eating bad. I wasn't really like I was never stepping on a scale. I was just looking in the mirror every once in a while, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting there. But then like when I got the scale and I started seeing like the week to week, I'd be like, all right, I want to try and get this much down this week,
Hmm.
and like watching the numbers is really kind of like something that's like motivated me more.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get with that like quinoa and root vegetables and shit like that. That
For
be
sure,
that like real healthy shit.
for sure. I'm definitely like like but like my body's it's been eating bad food for so long. Sometimes when I eat that healthy shit, it just kind of like it fucks it up. But I'm getting there
That's it, bro. You just got to keep moving forward.
for
So
sure.
what you smoking on there, dog?
Just I actually don't even know the name of the strain.
It
I mean,
it's just weed today, like 1996.
yeah. Honestly, like I would buy that go through like all the time for my weed, and like he tells me the names, and like I forget all the time.
Buddy, that's because there's too many names to remember now, and I swear to God, these motherfuckers just be making shit up.
Right? Because like when I first tried like a wedding cake, I was like, yo, this shit's fucking insane. And then I tried it from somewhere else, and I was like, no, this ain't it.
That's just counterfeit, bro.
Exactly. Right. Right. So yeah. So the names
You want that, brother?
so the names like some of the names are cool, but like it's whatever.
Yeah, the names are flashy, man. Like the strip in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, let me get your attention.
For sure. For sure. And like but like a lot of people go for like the pink Kush. Like a lot of the pink Kush is overrated to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm like okay, you guys can smoke that. I'm like oh, I'm all right. I'll smoke something else.
Yeah, the Pink Kush was the best like 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Like now, like people be like, "Oh, pink kush." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Is that the only option?
But at the same time, man, every now and again, it's nice to spin an old school classic.
For sure, for sure, and yeah, for sure. Now, do you think it like because like back in the day, I remember like how it was for me. Like I'd go to my dealer and like I have one option, you know?
Yeah, you get weed.
Yeah, yeah, you get weed. Like how crazy is that? Not like going from those times to like now.
Buddy, I'll tell you. I grew up in like a rural place, all right? So I would get dropped off at my best friend's house, and we would walk, bro, like 40 minutes. Some of the trek was through like cornfields and shit, bro.
Yeah,
Just to get like that 20 bag that like, probably some like 60-year-old like old biker dude grew fucking whatever, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it was probably so wet.
yeah.
I remember when I was a
Oh,
kid,
man.
weed was always wet. Fucking, but we were grateful to smoke that shit, man. And we used to get fucked up off that shit.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I've been smoking since let me see, be 96.
96.
Yeah.
I don't even remember when I started smoking, but
Yeah, I was 11. I was 11 when I first tried it.
damn, dog.
Yeah.
I think I was older than that. I feel like I probably didn't start smoking until I was like 14, 15.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say is not long after I started smoking weed, I found out about Cypress Hill.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
And
I want to get high, so high.
at the time, like I said, I used to play a lot of guitar when I was a kid.
For sure, for sure. And then playing it to the Cypress, for sure. I can see
So,
that.
I wasn't really into hip hop that much. And
Okay.
I heard this shit Cypress Hill, man. That shit changed my life.
For sure.
And when I actually realized that all of the music was tiny little bits of other music, other genres of music sprinkled together like magic,
Mhm.
that's when the love started.
For sure. For sure. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yo, Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill, dog.
Legends, legends.
I just bumped 3 Temples of Boom the other day, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Dr. Green Thumb, man, I remember like I probably played the shit out of like that. Yeah.
Buddy, I think anybody that was smoking as a kid bumped the shit out of that.
Yeah,
That shit was just on time.
for sure. And like that whole intro was classic, you know?
Hmm.
Dr. Green Thumb.
And again, I feel like that was a good time for hip hop too, man.
For sure. For sure.
Like that was right around the time when, correct me if I'm wrong, if Exhibit started like hitting heavy during that time. You started getting albums like The Speed of Life and
But like when Cypress was on there, what?
when Cypress was coming out hard then. That was right around the same time as like Exhibit was coming out, I think, was it not? Or
When
was
like,
that before Exhibit?
Exhibit was probably coming out at the same time as like Temple of Boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because like Cypress had like Temple of Boom for their third album, right?
That shit was amazing to me too as a kid, man. I heard Exhibit and I was like, holy fuck, man, this guy
Oh
is
yeah,
the
for
realest
sure.
shit ever.
Like
Like,
that,
what the?
that video for uh why am I blanking when he walks through the city and like it's one whole shot?
Oh, what you see is what you get
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That video right there is still like one of the most classic videos of all time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like his
The
album.
way the whole thing looked like one shot was like
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
You
dude, that album that he did at the speed of life
Yeah.
with you know, that was a really underrated album, man. That I feel that it was, at least. There was just like a multitude of fantastic songs on that album. Like, music doesn't sound that good anymore.
Is that
Straight
the
up.
so was 40 Days, 40 Nights? Was that his second one?
Um, I'm not sure, but that was a pretty good album too, man.
That's the one like
The next album, even after that, was even better. It was like, wow, man, these albums just keep getting better and better.
he got with Dre at that point, right?
What's that?
He had Dre on the album at that point.
Dre.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, you got so you're already this good, and you got Dre producing the shit.
Yeah. Dre fixes everything.
As a producer, like like how important is Dr. Dre to hip hop?
Dr. Dre's everything to hip hop.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're all entitled to our own opinion, right?
Yeah.
If you listen to the old NWA albums, bro, those albums are a movie. They tell a story.
For sure they do. Yeah, like
You can understand it and relate to it. You love it. That classic shit's the best shit ever, and rap will never be as good as that ever again. And I think that we're in a time now where there actually is some really great rap coming out, man. And there's been some really great rap coming out for the last 5-6 years. Lyricism wise, I'm talking.
oh, for sure.
But as far as producers go, like, Dre's amazing. How can anybody ever deny Dre?
Okay, so let's get if you get 5 producers that to make a beat and for you to rap on, what five producers will those be?
You know what, bro? I think a better question for me would be, if I could pick any 2 producers in the whole game to sit down in the studio and learn how to make beats from, it would be the gentleman that we've already discussed.
Yeah.
And the only other man in the rap game who is on a comparable skill level. And that's the good man from New York, Mr. Premier.
Premier.
You know, they talk about God
Actually,
level.
Premier's actually he was born in Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, and then him and Guru is from Boston, and then they actually met in New York.
That's amazing.
So a lot of people think like Premier is from New York, but he's actually from Texas.
Learn something every day, brother.
But yeah,
you just schooled me.
Well, like the information like has to be shared, right?
That's the thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, these 2 guys are on such like a pedestal above everybody else.
For sure.
That there's no comparison. Now, don't get me wrong. You start talking about guys like Pharrell and Jazzy Faye.
Or RZA.
You know, those guys are fantastic producers as well.
Yeah.
The best producers. They
Kanye.
make some of the most popular music in the world.
Yeah.
But the truth is I don't want to hear any of that shit, man. I'm I'm bumping Griselda. Like, that's my guilty pleasure. I love that shit. I
For
want to
sure.
hear Derringer all the time. I want to hear that shit that sounds like it's coming out of a dungeon. I
For
want
sure.
to see these guys that started with nothing fucking win and end with everything. That's it.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, it's definitely the whole Griselda thing. Like, man, guys are killing it.
Yeah, they are fantastic. And the way that they've developed their own cult following is really interesting to watch as like a fan,
For sure.
but it's also something to take notes from if you're trying to learn anything about maneuvering in the game.
For sure. For sure.
Take notes. Like, that man is a teacher.
Yeah, like one thing like about you, like I know like, you've always been taking the notes.
I'm trying to take notes, man. Anything that I can learn
For sure.
is anything that I can learn is just going to make anything that we do in the future better, you know?
Yeah, definitely like learning like different things. Like it's a wonderful thing, and like I love that shit. Again, like
And
no,
I'm still learning. I'm learning every day. Like, after starting to make beats again after so long, I
yeah,
had to relearn, like I was a beginner again.
yeah, for sure.
And I
So
mean, don't get me wrong, like, shit comes back real fast, you know what I mean?
for sure,
But
yeah. Just
if you
little
don't
things
ride a
you do,
bike for 5 or 6 years, maybe you might fall off a couple times when you get on.
right, right. Boom. All right, so yeah, so yeah, the new project out on all platforms.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. People can get that. So, if people want like an album trap beat where, or they want to feature, what's the best way to get you?
Well, man, anybody that wants beats can just reach out to me. Like, I'm a real personable dude. I'm not trying to discriminate against anybody from any skill level. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Just hit me up on Instagram, and I'm sure I can find something. We can do the thing. And if I don't have something, I can always make something. That's the great thing about beats is, like, as long as you have time to make them, you never run out of them shits, because you can just make an unlimited amount of them.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I was just saying you know what I mean? Because like the other day before work, I was listening to the Nas and Damian Marley,
Hmm.
and like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was going into work, and just because I had that shit stuck in my head, I was going up to people. And I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like if you were looking at me like, what the fuck, man? Like another fucking.
Yeah,
You
I'll
know?
tell you something that I am looking forward to, though, is I'm going to probably cut up a short EP with Toxic.
Oh, okay.
He's already working on some of the tunes, and
Mm,
that's going to be some real dope shit. I'm not going to be rapping on that album at all. I'm just going to produce it for him.
okay, okay.
He's a real talented,
Sure. You don't gotta tell me, but yeah, the people should know.
yeah, he's a real talented young dude. If you don't know about him, you should check him out.
For sure, for
And
sure.
I'm happy that I'm real happy that I'm going to be able to be part of the process of putting something together to show you how talented this kid actually is.
No, for sure, for sure. Like definitely, like I definitely sat there and like heard him rap for like time. It's like, man, like how long is this verse?
I don't think that's a thing for him.
Right?
You know?
Shout out to Toxic. Shout out to Toxic. For
Yeah,
sure.
we're gonna rein it in for the album. We're gonna be doing 16 bar verses. And I'm sure once he condenses all of that madness into such a small space, hopefully we can make something special.
For sure, for sure. Definitely. I definitely want to thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, buddy, for sure, man. Anytime. I'm glad to be here, bro.
Yeah, and anytime you got new stuff, you want to come back on, boom, just holla.
Sounds good, brother.
Chia, chia. Always good catching up.
Positive vibes, man.
Awesome, awesome. Chia, chia. You have a good night.
You too, man. Peace.
All right.